For the skills, that means hiring and that means training.
Yes. Yeah. Oh boy, skills is a really long topic in and of itself. I try to put my view in it. I learned a lot and I changed my view on this a lot. Um, I'll go back at my very beginning, say 40 years ago. I would have said at that point, okay, I was always in a hurry. I was interviewing to hire people. I don't know how you hire people. 40 years ago, I'd be like, okay, I got to fit in these interviews. I got to hire someone to get this done.
Yeah.
Okay. Then time would go on. I'm like, oh, that's not very good. In fact, someone once said to me, hey, hire the best people to work for you and your job gets a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I should spend more time on this topic. I spend more time on it. Then it was like, okay, hire experts. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hired a lot of experts over my life. And then I was really like an epiphany, and it really happened over my tenure running the company and having to change skills. If someone's an expert at something and has just done that for 30 years, the odds of them really wanting to change a lot are pretty low. And when you're in a really dynamic industry, that's a problem. And so, okay, that was like kind of my first revelation on this. And then when I looked to hiring, I can remember when I started my job, we needed cyber people. And I go out there and I look, unemployment in the US was almost 10%. Can't find them. Okay, it's 10% and I can't find the people. Okay, what's the issue? Okay, they're not teaching the right things. That led me down a path, and it was serendipity that I happened to do a review of corporate social responsibility. We had this one little fledgling school in a low-income area, and high school with a community college. We gave them internships, direction on curriculum. Lo and behold, we could hire these kids. I said, this is not CSR. Like, I just found a new talent pool, which takes me to now what I'm doing in my post-retirement. I'm like, this idea that don't hire just for a college degree, we had 99% of our hires were college and PhDs, and I'm all for it. So you're very, don't.
I'm deeply offended.
No, you should not be. I'm vice chair at Northwestern, one of the vice chairs.
Yeah.
But I said, I just really like aptitude does not equal access. These people didn't have access, but they had aptitude. It changed my whole view to skills first. And so now for hiring, that's kind of a long story to tell you. The number one thing I would hire for now is somebody's willingness to learn. And you can test, you can try different ways, but their curiosity and willingness to learn, hands down, I will take that trait over anything else they have.
So the interview process, the questions
changed.
You ask,
everything changed.
The kind of things you talk to them about is try to get at how curious they are about the world.
You can do testing, and I mean, we triangulated around it lots of ways. And now look, they're at the heart of it. What it would do is change. You don't think of buying skills. You think of building skills. And when you think that way, with so many people, and I think this country, many developed countries being disenfranchised, you got to bring them back into the workforce somehow. And they got to get some kind of contemporary skills. And if you took that approach, you can bring them back into the workforce.
Yeah, I think some interesting combination of humility and passion. Because like you said, experts sometimes lack humility if they call themselves an expert for a few too many years. So you have to have that beginner's mind and a passion to be able to aggressively, constantly be a beginner at everything and learn and learn and learn.
I saw it firsthand when we were beginning this path, down the cloud and AI, and people would say, oh, IBM, it's existential. They got to change and all these things. And I did hire a lot of people from outside, very willing to learn new things. Come on in. And I sometimes say shiny objects, trained in shiny objects. Come on in. But I saw something, it was another one of these, You're not a shiny object. I'm not saying that. But I learned something. Okay. Some of them did fantastic.
Yeah.
And others, they're like, well, let me school you on everything. But they didn't realize, like, we did really mission critical work, and they'd break a bank. I mean, they would not understand the certain kind of security and the auditability and everything they had to go on. And then I watched IBM people say, oh, I actually could learn something. Some were like, yeah, okay, I don't know how to do that. That's a really good thing I could learn. And in the end, there was not like one group was a winner and one was a loser. The winners were the people who were willing to learn from each other. I mean, it was a very stark example of that point. And I saw it firsthand. So that's why I'm so committed to this idea about skills first. And that's how people should be hired, promoted, paid, you name it.
Yeah, the AI in general, it seems like nobody really understands now what the future will look like. We're all trying to figure it out. So like what, IBM will look like in 50 years in relation to the software business to AI is unknown. What Google will look like, what all
Yep.
these companies, we're trying to figure it out. And that means constantly learning, taking risks, all of those things. And nobody is really skilled in AI. It's like, because you have to
You're
keep
absolutely
evolving,
right.
right?
That's right.